got myself out. It wasn't easy. Obstacles and hurdles and how to deal with them. I would never have guessed how challenging that is actually. I really don't know how to do. Being in a wheelchair offers you plenty of that. I can assure you. I'm stuck. Parts of streets build anew and they just do not have ramps. It's like an obstacle course. It's really fascinating. Uh-oh, might be up. And there's water on both sides. But because of that wheelchair, at the same time, I do live on the edge a little bit. Welcome home to my channel, that is, a place to call home. I don't know what this video is going to be about. I got that I should just start talking. So let's just do that. I'll just start talking and I have no idea what to talk about. So I'll just maybe start with that today I went to a little nature place outside. It had snowed a little, which is quite rare these days, and it wasn't much, I have to admit, it wasn't much at all, and I will have some footage of my little adventure because I'm in a wheelchair and you know, that poses all kinds of challenges with these weather conditions. Someone's coming, so I will ask them kindly if they can get me out of this pickle. Well, always, I can assure you. Yeah, it's quite interesting what you come across and how you know, I would never have guessed how challenging that is actually. I just saw people with wheelchairs and you know, they need to go around in a wheelchair. I never thought of how limiting that actually was. I mean, I get it to an extent, but nowhere near to what that actually means. It's automatically excluded from 99% of all of nature, including the most beautiful places in the world. 90+% of buildings, like houses, cafes, restaurants, hotels, museums, restrooms. Vehicles and transportation options, and the ones that are possible require a lot more planning, taking arrangements, figuring out beforehand the stops that are accessible, discover if or not the elevator works, which is not always the case at all, help from others, and mostly more time than you think. Vacation destinations, activities, but weather like this, like snow and iciness, IJssel. I will look it up and put it somewhere here so you know what I mean. That is pretty much impossible because my wheels just, they don't have any grip, and there's no such thing as snow chains for wheelchairs. Crazily enough, at least I've really searched for it and I could not find it anywhere. So anyone who is able to make those, so maybe I will figure out a way to make my own chains. I have thought of that before too, and I know pretty much, I mean, it's not that difficult. You could just have small chains from the hardware store and, you know, look at the ones that are used for cars and then, you know, just apply to the smaller wheels of my wheelchair. I had an alternative, tie ribs. I saw that once from a Pinterest post by someone who applied it to their bike, which was a great idea. And I thought, oh, let's do that. But first of all, it takes a really long time to do that for two wheels, not to mention getting them off. And I had the clever idea to use a reusable ones and just take them off again. But that was really, you know, you have to put them on tight and then to get it off, man, far from ideal and not realistic for me to do, and for other reasons. By the way, it really takes way too much of my strength. Anyway, so I went outside with the snow. It depends. Snow itself is pretty doable if it's dry snow, you know. I've even been through layers of snow, but as soon as it gets icy, then it gets a little bit trickier. Yeah, so maybe that's what it's about, overcoming obstacles and hurdles and how to deal with them. Well, being in a wheelchair offers you plenty of that. I can assure you, the things I've come across. Once I went to the city center and I didn't like taking the wheelchair taxis. It made me feel so handicapped. And you needed to, you know, you need to pick up people and drop them off, and it takes forever. So it would take as long for me to go on my battery and then to the city center, just outside. And then it's also nice to just be outside, of course. But you know, like construction work that they made it look like I could still pass somewhere, but in the distance you couldn't see enough. So, and then I come and then I need to go past it, but there's nothing that they made that you could. So I need to go back like hundreds of meters. A boat on the middle of the sidewalk in the city center. Now I have to say that my city is with quite a bit of water, like Amsterdam. It's not Amsterdam, but with canals. And that was pretty close by. So, I mean, it's not like it's in the middle of the city with no water whatsoever. But still, on a sidewalk, I mean, but there too, it seemed like I could pass it, but I couldn't after all. So I had to go back like really far before I found this little ramp to go off. So that, and then there's, I don't even remember, but I've had such, weird things that don't make sense. Like they have built new parts, like whole entire parts of streets and bus station kind of things have been recreated, torn down the old situation, build a new, and they just do not have ramps. There is no way in this whole fucking area that I can cross the street in a normal way. So I have to, it's like an obstacle course. It's really fascinating. But although I laugh about it here, and I am usually pretty chill about unexpected situations, of course it's not always funny. I'm sometimes really annoyed, really frustrated, especially when it comes to these foreseeable things. So things that are actually built in a certain way in this day and age. And it just makes things a lot harder than they need to be and already are. So just to keep it real. And then there's elevators when I take the public transportation like trains or subways. It's really interesting. It's always a surprise if the elevator works when going, so on my own station and my destination. But also, do I get back? Jokingly, I often used living on the edge because trust me, my life is nothing. Nothing like that. I'm not living on the edge in any way. I would love to live a little bit more on the edge, but there's all kinds of reasons for that. But because of that wheelchair, at the same time, I do live on the edge a little bit. Or even fall off the edge, which I did once, wheelchair and all. But that's a story for another day. I never know what I get into. Now, if you like what I'm doing here, you may want to put up a thumb, drop a comment, subscribe, any of which, all of them, whatever you feel like, if any. It would greatly help my channel and that would make me really happy. No, it would just help reach more people and it really helps out. So thanks. Or who is going to save me because get me out of a jam, like from that elevator, like a few weeks ago. I went to the Christmas market. I went to Amsterdam first to a science museum. Existed 100 years and you could get free tickets to go there. And I always wanted to go there. So I thought, well, hey, it's free now, so I can check it out. And then on the way back, I could go through the city center, I thought. But when I arrived at the station, the elevator on that platform didn't work. So I tried to call the number, which they have with every elevator. Like if you are dependent on the elevator and it doesn't work, please call blah, blah, blah. So I did. Nothing, just nothing. No tone, nothing. Okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Try again. Nothing again. And then there was this couple. They were with the three of them and a baby. And he asked me, can we help you? And I was like, I don't think so because, I need to go down and the elevator is broke, which they had already discovered themselves. I'm sorry. This was how it went another time when I was in the same situation on a different station and someone offered to help. On what I could have sworn was an empty platform, by the way. It was like an angel fallen from the sky just to come help me. And I've told that story a number of times, and I guess I just jumped to it while talking about this recent experience. This time, I think the guy straight up asked me if he could carry me down. And there had been policemen on the platform as well. So I was trying to catch up with them, but they were going to some situation. So even if I would have been able to catch up with them, they would not have been able to help me at the time. So, and then when I got back and then I thought, well, I just need to try that phone number again. I mean, it's not going to do much, and which I did, and still nothing. And it's really weird. Anyway, He said, I'm gonna carry you down. I was like, are you sure? He got two guys who were coming up, two young fellows, like, hey, could you maybe carry this wheelchair down? And, you know, I do have an electric wheelchair, but it's a normal, you know, like hand operated one, but then it's built officially to be electric. So this is doable. It's like 25. I think this one is about 25 kilos. I don't know how much that is in pounds. I'm sorry. I think, is it 50-ish? So these two guys, they took it downstairs, and the first guy, so the one who offered me it, so he carried me, and I'm not heavy, but I was like, you know, it's a lot. I was like, geez, are you okay? Am I not too heavy? No. He said, my wife recently gave birth, and when she was pregnant, I needed to carry her too. It's okay, it's fine. And I was like, oh okay. Cool. And I've had more of these kinds of, yeah, really cool, like someone is right there who is able and willing and just offers, because I would never ask anyone, just a random person, to help me in such a situation. It's not their problem. So for me, it's either the railway services, you know, which is what they are supposed to do. That's what the number is for. They get someone to help you out, or the police, you know, like official people in service. That's fine if I really need it and I can't help that an elevator is out of service. So that's fine, but I would never ask strangers, you know, just people on the streets to help me out or expect me to help me out, especially not with situations like that. I do sometimes, you know, when I'm really stuck somewhere. Okay, now that is weird. They were banging on my neighbor's door. The neighbors. Check it. It doesn't sound good. I'm going to check it out. Okay, that was kind of intense. The banging on the door was the police trying to. I'm getting that with her bangs. It just sounds like it's with you. I'm just a little shaken up, to be honest, because really sweet girl who lives there, and so that's life, I guess. I don't think I can really finish this right now, but I'm going to lose daylight pretty soon. I'm sorry. I'll pick it up later. Bye. Hey, I'm back, and I came to the conclusion, looking at the footage, actually it's good like this. I can just close it out because the video that I would have wanted to add to the end anyway, which actually was a little expedition, so to speak. It's really nothing, but for me, just a very short thing that I wanted to put at the end, not related to the video at all, not knowing what it would be about. Actually, now it turns out that the footage I have from my little trip is a perfect ending to this video, or a perfect addition, because it's not really an ending anymore, it's much more than that. So it actually ties everything together perfectly. It's all about obstacles in life, in very everyday life, because that's what life looks like for me. Not knowing that that's what it was going to be at all. That was not my intention or expectation. But hey, it all works out perfect. Here's the rest. Hi. Hi. I got stuck. Not in the snow. It was a bit slippery going up the bridge here behind me. Not too much. I would have been fine if I just would have gone more to the side, more to the middle, which I didn't. And I ended up in the, how do you say, the grass, snowy grass. Look, I'm stuck. Okay, so I'll need to wait until someone comes to pull me out. And usually it's quite not busy, but there's quite a number of people around passing by. But and I passed a number of people just before I got here, but now it's pretty quiet. So, but it is really nice here, right? Let's see if I can get myself out of here. Help! Yay! I got myself out. It wasn't easy. By putting my feet on the ground while pushing my lazy ass as far as I could into my seat to get me over the hump of where the asphalt dipped into the grass, which took several attempts. But hey, I got myself out. Yay! And now I'm slowly going downhill again. Let's see if I can turn around. It's always fun in wintry weather with a wheelchair. Quite challenging. Oh man. Uh-oh. I don't know. How did I even get here? I mean, it was snowy all the way. Okay, I'm moving again. That's good. Okay, now let's try that again, shall we? Because I really wanted to go somewhere. Okay, now. Oh my god. I can only go one way. As soon as I try to turn it. Okay, let's see. Nah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh, shoot. I don't know if you can... Oh. I wanted to show how it's slipping, but... Okay. Jeez. I can only go home now. Well, it's better than only to be able to go the other way, but... maybe this is telling me I shouldn't go where I wanted to go, because that might be... Uh-oh. My left wheel is giving me problems. I cannot... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so I now really need to see if I can just get myself home, because my left wheel, I think it may have been a little bit no, not dislocated, but sort of. You hear that? That is so cute. I don't know what they are. There might be young seagulls. I've seen quite a bit of young seagulls lately. So small, it's so cute. That's something else. Sounds like a duck. Yeah, so I don't know. My left wheel is doing a bit weird, so now I go to the right and there's, I don't know how you call them, bushes. Ooh. People who may be able to help me. Let's see. Turns out it didn't record. Okay, so is it? Yeah, now it is. So I got unstuck. I was helped by a really lovely couple who passed by. Finally, someone did. And just to be clear, this just means a little push to get me on in the right direction again and out of the slippery state I'm in that moment. It's not like they have to dig me out or something. So just to be clear. And this is the first time I'm with a new wheelchair in the snow, and my previous wheelchair was better at handling more snow and icier circumstances. So that's also important to know, because I am not going outside like, oh, I'll just see what happens. I always try to keep my expeditions, my trips outside as self-sufficient as possible, not anticipating any need from anyone outside of me. So just to make that clear as well. And they decided to walk with me to make sure I got across the really snowy part. And he needed to pull my wheelchair to the side back from the, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I got back on track and I'm trying to go the other way, because there is another way without having to cross a bridge. And so I'll try to do that, because it's a really pretty sight, especially with the snow, even though there's not much left. There wasn't much to begin with this morning, but you know, it's less now. So let's see if I can get there. It's getting tricky again. Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 no. Please. And there's water on both sides. Well, it's not too close from here, but you know, if I go down. If you can prevent from getting into a wheelchair, I would definitely recommend it. It's not easy. And I didn't do anything to get myself into one. Oh my god. Okay. I really don't know how to do it. And no one to be seen anywhere. Look at my wheels. Look. Fun! Joy, 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 the joys of winter. I love winter. I love snow. I love the cold. Well, except when you forget your gloves. I usually have them in my bag, in my purse, but different purse, you know, women. Okay, someone's coming, so I will ask them kindly if they can get me out of this pickle. So, bye-bye. I'm free at last. There was a runner coming by and I asked her to help me please, and she was kind enough to do so. And it turns out that further, you know, where I wanted to go, it's really icy, she said, and I already didn't really think it was a really good idea to try, but now I know for sure I really shouldn't, which is a shame because my goal was actually to go to the windmill across the water, because that's a really nice spot and I wanted to do a little riddle. Ooh, like where am I? Where do I live? And then surely the windmill would show up at the back and then it would come into view. But that's not going to happen. And my phone is slipping away because my fingers are so frozen from the cold. But it's a lovely, lovely ride. It's been really nice. Yeah, so that's it. And that's the windmill I was going to. Not today. So close, yet so far away. And I've been there under worse weather conditions and more ice. So it's really this wheelchair that is just not getting me there. Damn. Now let's see if I can get myself home. That's pretty doable, most places. So let's see how far I'm gonna go. Bye. Out from the cold with my fake-ass fireplace. But it does come with heat. My fingers are finally a little thawed, still a little red. They were so frozen. I could barely hold my key to make my door open, but you know, that's winter for you. And hey, it's not Russia or Siberia, but it's cold still. It is freezing. Now, in my defense, I am sitting still all the time. That does make a difference. But it's nothing to impress anyone who knows really cold winters. Yeah. Let's turn that off because it really is hot. So hard to light a match. Adventure. That was weird. Some good vibes. Wow. And inspiration. Some coughing. While offering a bit of light. And that's my oven. You can go there. I don't understand. I emptied my, well, okay, so that was my phone telling me to shut the fuck up. Enough is enough. Let's go outside. Or, well, that's outside actually. Anyway, what am I trying to say? I had thought of a, geez, I'm really good at this, aren't I? Bye, I guess. I am so, jeez. I don't know why I'm doing this. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to offer you some good vibes, food for thought, and inspiration. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.